All right, welcome. In this video, we're going to talk about when we have angles whose vertex is inside the circle. Okay, so when the vertex is in the circle, what is the relationship to the intercepted arc? Well, one of these we're already familiar with, right? I just wanted to bring it up again to show you that the same applies here, and we'll talk about that in just a second. But this angle over here is called a central angle, okay, and this angle over here is made up of two chords. And it doesn't have a special name, but I do want you to notice that these two angles here are vertical angles, right? And they're vertical whether they're in the circle or not. We learned this a while ago. And that these two angles here are also vertical angles. And we know that vertical angles means that they're congruent, right? So whatever we find out this measurement here is, it's going to be the same for that measurement there. All right, so let me show you where this comes from. I always think it's interesting to see where it comes from. It might also make it easier to remember the rules if you see where it comes from. However, I wouldn't write down everything that I write here because I think it would just be too much on your notes. So follow along and then I'll tell you when to write down the final formula here. All right, so let's say that we're trying to find the measure of, I'm just going to call this angle 1 just because it's easier to refer to that way. And let me zoom in here. So let's say we're trying to find the measure of angle 1. So we know that the measure of angle 1 equals, well, let me add in something else here, that another relationship we can use, right? Angle 1 is an exterior angle to these remote interior angles, right? That's the remote interior angle, and this is a remote interior angle. And what is that relationship? Well, the sum of the two remote interior angles equals this exterior angle. So I think we can agree that the measure of angle 1 is equal to the measure of angle BCD plus the measure of angle CBA plus the measure of angle CBA. Okay, and so right now we just know that angle in relationship to some other angles, and what we're trying to find is that angle in relationship to some arcs, because that'll help us solve some problems later on. So I'm going to rewrite this. I'm going to say the measure of angle 1, and still you don't need to write this down. I'll let you know when we have the final formula here. So the measure of angle 1, well, how can I relate BCD, let me make it in turquoise again, to an arc? BCD. Well, I think we can see here that BCD intercepts this arc here. And if you think about inscribed angles, we know that BCD is half of BD. So we can just substitute in 1/2 arc BD. There we go. Arc BD. And then when we look at this one, CBA, well, that is just half of that intercepted arc, which is CA. Okay, so now we do have a relationship between the angles and the arcs. I'm going to take it one step further just to make our formula easier to use down the line. So the measure of angle 1 equals, well, if you know the distributive property, where if we have something like A plus B and we multiply it by 2, that, or let's even do 1/2, then it becomes 1/2 A plus 1/2 B. Well, I'm going to show you that we can actually factor this out. What we have here is like what we have here. So I'm actually going to pull the 1/2 out up front. So I have 1/2. I forgot my M's in here for measure. 1/2 the measure and 1/2 the measure. Okay, so back to where I was. I'm going to pull these 1/2s out by factoring them out. And now I'm left with 1/2 the measure of BD plus the measure of arc CA. Okay, so let's get rid of all these extra lines here, and I'm just going to keep in the arcs there. So all of this was a roundabout way to show you that if we want to know what these angle measurements are here, we need to take these arcs and add them up and then multiply by 1/2, and that'll give us that angle here. So let's go ahead and try that. So let's take this formula here And make sure that you've written it down. I would write it down right underneath here. So measure of angle 1, make sure you have an angle 1 written in there so it makes sense in your notes, equals 1/2 the measure of arc BD plus the measure of arc AC. Okay, so you find those angles by adding up those two arcs and then dividing it by 2 or multiplying by 1/2. So let's go ahead and I'm going to put some numbers in here so we can go ahead and try a problem so you see what this looks like. All right, so let's say I wanted you to find the measure of angle BED. How would we do that? Well, we would need some measurements, and I'm just going to go ahead and put some on here. Let's say that BD is 100 degrees, and I'm just eyeballing it. That looks like more than a quarter of the circle. And I'm going to call CA, give it a measurement of 40 degrees. Okay, so how would I find this over here? I would have to take 1/2 times, and now I want to add up those two measurements. So I have 100 plus 40. So we simplify this, and we have 1/2 of 140, which is 70 degrees. So we just discovered that BED is 70 degrees. We also discovered at the same time, even though it wasn't asked, that CEA is also 70 degrees. Okay, so this is the only formula you need when the vertex is in the circle, but I just wanted to show you that even when it's a central angle, it's the same deal, right? So let's say that we have here, let's call this a 70 degree. And hopefully you know that this also means that this is 70 degrees. Well, how does that work, right? Well, if you think about this, let's extend this. Extend that. And since these are vertical angles, this must be 70 degrees. And since this is a central angle, this must be 70 degrees. So if I were to try to find, let's say I did not have these angles, right? Instead, we were looking for them. Well, wouldn't 70 plus 70 divided by 2, we'd have 70 plus 70 times 1/2. Well, that would equal 70. Okay, so the same thing applies. It's nothing new that you have to learn about over here. I just want to make sure that you see that no matter what, whenever it's inside the circle, the vertex is inside the circle, it is in fact, you take the two arcs, you add them together and divide by 2 and make sure that the arcs are like the ones that are lined up horizontally with the angles you're looking for. All right, so that's probably an important piece of information in case you didn't pick up on that. But if I was looking for these angles, I would need to use these arcs. If I were instead looking for the measurement of these angles, right, which are the same, then I would need the measurement of these arcs in order to find those angles. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching.